those of you who watch this show regularly know we rarely talk about LaVar Ball. In fact, it's sort of turned into a funny routine at the Jump when some news about LaVar comes across on a given morning. Producer Steve comes to find me with a look on his face like he's, I don't know, going to be forced to eat a jelly and mayonnaise sandwich or something. And he describes the story, and 95% of the time I say, hard pass, and we don't do it. And by the way, this is not because I don't like LaVar. I admire the strong role he's played in his kids' lives. And I'm impressed with his attempt to own a piece of the pro sports business pie instead of just being a participant. I just don't think much of what LaVar does has much to do with the NBA. And I'm also not really a fan of the way he goes about a lot of his business, so I personally don't feel the need to spread that or prop it up. Of course, then yesterday happened. LaVar Ball decrees that Luke Walton has lost the locker room, that nobody wants to play for him. And everyone starts wondering if LaVar got that from Lonzo, because hey, if that is how the team's starting point guard feels, that's a story. So poor Lonzo has to comment on it. And he gives a down-the-middle answer, because let's be honest, having to choose between your father and your coach is an awful position to be in. And then Luke has to talk about it, which to his credit, he does in perfect Rye fashion, joking he took Lonzo out of the game early last night because his father was talking crap. Very good. Oh, and Rick Carlisle gets involved, speaking as the head of the Coaches Association. Carlisle blasts not only LaVar for taking a shot at Luke, but ESPN for reporting it in the first place. So now, I can no longer justify to producer Steve that this story has not affected the NBA. All right, let's do this. Number one, I personally don't disagree with Rick that ESPN gives too much airtime to LaVar. I would not have sent a reporter to Lithuania. But then again, I don't run the network, which, let's be honest, is probably a good thing, because if I did, there'd be a tequila bar on the set of every show. And I don't know. I mean, it looks good, right? But I'm sure that's against some big FCC rule or something. I do strongly disagree with Rick's statement, however, that the NBA's coaches give ESPN access to cover the NBA. In his words, quote, in exchange for that, ESPN should back up the coaches. Rick, that's not the exchange. The exchange is that we in TNT give the NBA $24 billion with a B dollars to get that access. Rick is extremely smart. He is aware of that, as anyone. Number two, Luke Walton is one of the best young coaches I've been around, and LaVar's contention that this is a good team that would be playing well if not for the coach is an absolute joke to anyone who understands an NBA roster. And number three, LaVar has the right to think whatever he wants, but talking about it publicly is a mistake I think that he will eventually regret. There are already rival team executives saying they will not touch Lonzo if he is available in the future. Free agents will not want to come to a team that seems like it can be thrown into chaos by one of the players' parents. And besides, there are plenty of other ways for LaVar Ball to sell shoes without talking about the Lakers. Trust me, I know. That 95% rule works great here at the Jump. He should try it as well. Now, Brian, the big question is what the Lakers now do about LaVar Ball.
Okay, so if I was giving the Lakers crisis advice here.
Crisis management?
Crisis management. I would take this LaVar Ball situation and leverage it into your advantage. Now is a great opportunity for the Lakers and their players to back up Luke Walton. Come out and give him a vote of confidence. You had a 9-game losing streak. They had a great game last night, put up 132 on the Hawks. Use this crisis as an opportunity to back up your head coach. All right, what you said about Lonzo is right. He is in a tough situation, choosing between his dad and not. But the other players on the team and the management have a beautiful window here to take advantage and make LaVar, frankly, look silly, and they should take that.
All right, so it's understood that early in a child's life, it's not his place to critique his parents' behavior, but I think this is on LaVar, and here's what I mean.
You think it's on Lonzo?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is on Lonzo, and here's what I mean. This is no longer Chino Hills or UCLA or AAU. He has entered into a professional adult life, and it is now his responsibility, as hard as it might be, and I don't envy him for a second, to go to his father and say, look, I love you. This can't happen. You know, if you don't respect Luke or Rob Pelinka or Magic Johnson or the Bus family, that's your issue. This is now about respecting me. And he's going to have that Oedipal moment, that Willie Loman and Biff or Great Santini thing, because he is now a professional adult. He is in the employ of the Los Angeles Lakers. And to the extent that his family, or his father specifically, is causing disruptions with his employer and in his workplace, it is his responsibility to take care of it.
It's a lot to put on a rookie, a 20-year-old rookie.
He's a grown man now.
maybe a little bit too much for him. I think the Lakers knew what they got into when they drafted him. It wasn't like this was some secret FBI file. Everybody knew what was going on here. Now they have to take care of this situation, and they do have to protect Lonzo. I understand that, but they have ways. LaVar is playing a little bit with the media. The Lakers can play with the media back.
Okay, so look, you say they knew what they were getting when they drafted him. And also, let's be honest, part of the buzz around Lonzo that his father created is the reason that they drafted him. Local LA kid, buzzy star, spotlight. Do the Lakers now wish they had taken Jason Tatum instead, who went at number 3?
I will say this. Lonzo isn't playing well enough for LaVar to get away with this. At the end of the day, that is also an issue.
Right?
No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the other thing is, as a media advisor to Lonzo, I think you got to do a little better than, hey, I'd play for anybody. That sets the bar pretty much as low as a bar can be set.